A lovely intro followed by two lovely ding dings. Because I can't do things. We're live, by the way, Justin.
Ding.
Ding! I gotta adjust the window. I'll have to adjust again when Cody gets here. Oh
Hello.
my god, you should see yourself.
I can.
You're in a glass
Terrifying.
box of emotion. I am
That's
in
where I belong.
I am in darkness apparently. You know, the lights are all
What?
on in here, but I just look like I'm in total freaking darkness.
Is that just your aura right now?
Yes, absolutely. 100%. I am
Interesting.
I am the darkness. I am the night.
I've always thought that about you.
That I'm Batman. I mean,
No, the other parts.
it's Batman. It's
Could
it's
be
a
anybody.
it's a
Could apply to a lot of
that
people.
that could be anybody. Anybody could be the darkness. Anybody could be the night.
Yeah.
There's
That's,
only
that's
one
safer.
Batman. Dang it. How do I make this go
That
away?
is in fact incorrect, actually.
You know what? Shut up.
Cody, I'm gonna get you in here. Don't you
Oh
worry.
wait, Cody's coming. Great. I gotta readjust the window. Fantastic.
Great.
I I didn't
Great.
I didn't just fix it or anything.
I'm gonna try that.
You tell me. Is that Cody?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did all of my audio stop?
I don't know.
Oh, there we go. We're good. Hi, Cody.
Cody?
Cody? We
Yes.
neither see nor hear you, Cody.
Yeah, he's in the call, but
No, he's not.
what? Why not? Oh, two in call. Yeah.
Why is this happening?
Why are you in a glass case of emotion? Are you on your phone now?
I have Skype on my computer, like up and waiting.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just connecting. I don't know why.
Huh.
Do you use the Windows Skype or the like desktop app Skype?
Desktop app.
Same.
There we go.
I
There we
tried to
go.
use the
I think it's
Windows
coming
one, but
up
I
now.
couldn't figure it out.
Here, re-invite me. Hold on, I'm gonna cancel the
Okay.
call.
Okay.
Get out. Unwelcome.
I'm gonna put you back in the glass case of emotion. You're gonna look goofy again for a minute.
You.
You're welcome.
Shoot that. Cody's not even online now. How are we even supposed to get him in here?
I don't know. He's broken.
Maniac.
Welcome to
There
our lovely talk show about video games, where we actually just talk about why things aren't working for the first 10 minutes of the stream.
you go. Tradition.
It's tradition.
Important.
I mean, it wouldn't be my stream if it didn't break. So
Right?
that's accurate. Oh, hi, there you are.
Yeah.
Cody.
Why am I in darkness?
I don't know, dude.
Because you
There's
are
a
the
light.
darkness.
I already made that joke.
Well, I wasn't here, so it got made again.
Have you considered that you have some weird filters on?
No, I have
You're a
no.
filter.
You can see that I have no filters on. I
You could have
literally.
other filters,
I
don't know.
knew you were gonna do that, but I am gonna adjust my video settings. I knew you were gonna say that.
What, that you're a filter?
That your mom's a filter.
My mom is never filtered.
Oh,
Then you
that's
heard her
you know
speak.
what? That's true.
Very true.
There we go. That should be a lot better. It still looks like I'm
It's a
sitting
little bit
inside of
better.
a shadow, but at least I don't look like I am the night. All right.
I look
I
like
am
we're about to
right.
fall on you.
Batman Instant Messenger.
What? It looks like what, Cody?
We're about to fall on you.
All right. Yeah, especially with the big shadow.
Be afraid.
I am afraid.
Box.
Very
fighter.
afraid.
Okay, so we should actually talk about video games because that's what this podcast is supposed to be about.
Sure.
Not about why is my camera all messed up?
Look,
Why is
people could
Cody's
learn
Skype not working?
It is.
What are they gonna learn? That we're idiots? They know that already. If they've ever
No,
listened
they
to
can
or
learn-
watched this,
Well, that's true. But I just want to. I was saying that they could learn some like tech savviness and about your ghetto ass fucking setup.
Yeah.
listen, I'm just on my laptop with my headset and a camera today.
That's the
it.
That's
least
not
ghetto with your computer, I think.
probably. That's probably. I mean, it is sitting on top of a speaker right now because that way I didn't have to. That way my son can watch TV. But
Was that
Yeah.
you looking around for your son, Tim?
No.
He's like, is he still here?
I just didn't know what I didn't know where to point. He's in his high chair. Like he's chilling in his high chair
That's hella
watching
high.
Little Einsteins.
Nice.
Yeah.
I believe it's called Little Geniuses.
I
actually.
believe it's called Little Einsteins because it's not what you're thinking of.
Do
Okay.
you know Sheldon's getting his own show from when he was a kid?
That is stupid. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. It kept coming on in the commercials of the Chiefs preseason game.
I don't know how we got to this point in our lives, boys.
I don't know, but
What
Justin
have
posted a picture.
what have we been playing this week?
Madden.
Overwatch.
Those answers
Oh, and
those
I played-
answers
I played a
really
little
couldn't
bit of
be any
Dauntless.
more different.
And I played a little bit of Dauntless.
How is it? Make KO jealous.
I like it.
The game looked kind of cool.
I like it a little bit. I literally fought 2 monsters. But I mean, essentially what it is to me from my like 30 minutes of game time is every boss battle you ever played, and that's all you do. You just fight boss battles. You got to figure out like the way they're moving and stuff like that, when to attack, and this that, and the other thing. Obviously, where I'm at right now, it's super fucking easy, or whatever. But from what I understand, like the harder bosses or whatever, the dev team is hoping to make make some of the like late game bosses that only have a 10% chance of a success rate.
Oh wow.
So
with you and 3 other people. So as a 4-man party, there's only a 10% success rate kind of thing.
So,
Kinda
so-
you know what? The more I hear about this game, the more it really does sound like Monster Hunter. And I guess I have watched
Yeah.
some Monster Hunter. I never have played it, but I have watched some.
Right.
Good.
Like it sounds that what you just described to me is like it's like Dark Souls, but with only boss battles.
Yeah. Yeah. That's essentially what it is. I
And-
mean-
and-
Sounds like a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the beginning obviously isn't so much Dark Souls-esque because you're not dying from 1 hit. You know what I mean?
right.
Or like 2 hits. But I feel like that's like kind of the end goal. Once like the end game content is going to be a lot closer to that.
Yeah.
But once again, like 30 minutes first impression kind of thing. Like a lot of shit could be different. I will say I do enjoy the different weapons. They all legitimately feel different. It doesn't feel like you're using the same fucking thing. You get like a sword. There was a sword, an axe, a hammer, and like these like dual like blades kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah, and they all have
So-
like different weapons.
Yeah, you know, like the hammer. I think I like playing with the hammer and the sword. The hammer has this like little thing, like it has a small range attack. You can shoot it like a shotgun, and they implemented when you run out of
Very
ammo, it's
anime.
only like 5 shots or whatever. But when you run out, they implemented the Gears of War system, or whatever, where if you hit Q at the in the little thing, yeah, it'll reload faster kind of thing, which I thought
always
was
liked
cool.
that.
Yeah, I've always liked that too. So when I saw that, I was like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, it's got a little range, and then it's got like a little jump move or whatever, where he'll like stand. It is super anime. You'll stand on the hammer, and you'll use the shotgun to propel yourself forward or whatever. And then you come down with it, and like on top of the head of the monster and shit. Yeah, it's cool though.
Did my mic
So-
pick that up?
Pick
What?
what up?
There's a thunderstorm going on right now, and my
Oh.
house just shook.
No.
Sounds fun.
That was
think
loud.
you're
I could
making it up.
feel it in my feet.
Right.
That's terrifying. Anyway,
I'm watching a little bit of gameplay for this, and it looks pretty sweet. Very Monster Hunter. Maybe.
Yeah,
a little,
It's essentially Monster Hunter on the computer, from what I understand. I've only played a little bit of Monster Hunter in my lifetime, but that's essentially what it is. Don't listen to my wife cackle. That's what she's doing right now.
yeah, maniacally. You know what? Hers
Right.
is an evil laugh. Don't.
Oh
worry
my!
About it.
Yo, she just fell off the fucking couch. What is wrong with you? I saw it through the camera.
Oh my god.
Like I just see her try to go for the toy, and she just fucking fell off the back of the couch.
Congratulations,
Rip.
you died. This is dark. You died.
Ian LaFont.
Ian.
Is he coming?
I don't know.
Will there be a screaming child?
Oh God.
What is going on?
What?
Oh God. You're here.
Am I supposed to hang up? Okay, bye guys.
I don't even know where your name is.
No one needs to know my name.
Tim was like, I'm ready
Sometimes
for one person to be
sometimes
here.
you want to go where everybody knows your name, Ian.
Oh man, my clock is the wrong time.
What have you done?
What time did you think it was?
18 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. You know,
Bella?
you lied. Hi, Bella.
What?
Oh God, I have to adjust the camera again.
Hey, I've actually been playing a new video game.
Oh
my God.
He's been playing a video game? What the hell?
Yeah,
He's here and been
It's,
playing games. He's prepared, boys. I wasn't prepared for his preparedness.
it's just Madden.
Oh, well, it counts. I've been playing... I never said what I've been playing. I've been playing still a lot of Darkest Dungeon. And I just started playing Path of
You look
Exile.
like you're in the darkest dungeon right now.
You don't know my life. Are you talking to me or Ian?
Both
Shit.
of you, I guess.
Yeah, because I thought I was in darkness, and I saw Ian.
Hey, man, you can only play long shots in one light, and that is no light.
That's definitely not accurate.
Pretty accurate. Yeah, you're supposed to go to sleep. That is Justin. Go to bed.
Hey, Bella.
Is that Justin?
This is Justin.
Is that
Justin!
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 Well, yeah, me and Bella are best friends, so you know.
Yeah, I get it.
Logan said hi to you earlier, Justin, but you couldn't hear because my mic was muted.
Oh,
When I was
jeez,
in the
That's
kitchen.
way to block.
It's not his friend.
Wow. Why are you... What are you doing?
I don't know.
No
Jerk.
one knows. But it's provocative. Okay,
I've been playing Lucio Ball. Well, Lucio Ball.
I mentioned
Headed
Dark
in
Souls
Lucio
earlier
Ball.
when we brought up Monster Hunter, and that actually brings up an article that I just read that we didn't talk about at all in the OLIP chat, but it was a PC Gamer article that said that we need to stop calling games Souls-like. Like, that can't be a thing. Yeah, they were saying that we can't compare games to Dark Souls because as good as Dark Souls was, it shouldn't be. Let me pull up the article so I can not
Pull it up
misquote
so
them
I
on
can
this.
shit on it.
Yeah,
Right, pull it up so we can learn their name and tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Because that's
The
dumb that...
Souls-like label needs to die from PC Gamer. Here it is.
Oh my god.
I used to have respect for that magazine.
So they're literally like, why is it every hard game is now Souls-like? That's basically the summation of the article. They were saying that like as good as Dark Souls is, we can't use it as a platform to compare other games to because blah 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 blah. Essentially.
Well,
And
okay, if that's their point.
well, and
Mommy's at work.
the other thing for me
Where's Mommy?
is that
Okay.
the Souls, a lot of games that get called Souls-like, I'm thinking specifically of the Surge, of Solid, they're literal Dark Souls
Yo,
ripoffs.
Ian. Could you mute your mic?
As much as we love hearing you get chewed out by your child.
That's
Right,
because
it's
she
Bella,
got her mom cheese stick, but her mom's not here.
Okay.
And I was going to open it because I thought it was hers.
Oh, well, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Anyway, yeah, I think most of the games that they call Souls-like, they're more than just hard. They've got like the stamina bar, they've got the lock-on combat system. There's a lot more.
I guess there has been a little bit of an expansion to that because you're starting to see certain roguelike games. Like, I've been playing a bit of a game called Dead Cells. Wow.
Yes, that's
Did
a great
you just
game.
see my face light up?
A little bit.
That was
At the mention
lightning.
of Dead Cells.
No. That was lightning directly above my house. Okay. Anyway,
That's good.
and it's
Anyway,
If the
I'm
show
guilty
ends,
of saying
you know why.
it's because my power went out. I've been guilty of comparing that game to Dark Souls in some ways, but it has that feel to it of, oh my god, I'm gonna die over and over and over and over and over.
I mean, I don't understand why Dark Souls can't have been so good that it created its own genre. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
the Surge, I've actually played that. That is Dark Souls. It's the same exact. It's literally the same formula in just a different setting.
Yeah, it's Robot Dark Souls. Yep, that's
Right.
it. I saw
Well,
a trailer for it. I'm like, oh, this looks like Robot Dark Souls. And
The only thing they kind of expanded on is the way you get your loot or whatever is like, you know, you cut off so like if you want that, you're like, I want your leg, Like that's literally what it is. You chop off their fucking leg, and then you take that piece of armor off that leg, and you add it to your stuff. Like that. That's the only thing that's really different. And it made it. It kind of since that's the loot system in the game or whatever. It kind of gave it its own little spin. But overall, it is exactly like Dark Souls. Like it's the same thing. The bosses are gonna beat the living crap out of you or whatever. And yeah, you're just kind of screwed. Like you just got to kind of figure out the kinks and stuff like that or whatever. So it's just like I don't understand why. Now I can understand if you're talking Dead Cells isn't Dark Souls. It's not. Like
There's a comparison to be made there in the like I feel like anytime I use a term Souls like if I'm not describing a literal Dark Souls ripoff like the Surge. And I don't ripoff is too strong a term, but
right.
a game that's deliberately emulating it is probably a better way to put it. Then I use it on games where the story is extremely vague and the game is made to be extremely difficult for the sole purpose of being extremely difficult. Now you could also call it XCOM like if you want to go way back in the day, but I don't think a lot of people remember that. And I think for like a 10-year period from like 2000 to 2010, you could probably count the number of hard games that were released on like 2 hands. Like there weren't a lot of games that were exceptionally difficult, and then Dark Souls happened.
Yeah, it was kind of a renaissance of difficult gameplay.
Yeah, it's like after Dark Souls, all of a sudden we started to see the roguelike genre really came to life too. It was like it kind of maybe was all coincidence that it all happened at the same time, but it was like Dark Souls for me was the beginning of the return to difficult gaming. We've even started getting new XCOM games since that happened. So yeah. I feel like it opened the door for people to be like, oh, I actually don't want to automatically win every game I play. I want a challenge. We are dropping frames.
Yeah, I don't know if that's so much Dark Souls or whatever, but I will say that yeah, and after 2010, yeah, because you started to see a lot of permadeath kind of games, stuff like that. DayZ, you know, that was 2012. You know what I mean? I want to say it was 2012, 2013 kind of thing. You saw that. I feel like there was a lot of permadeath in like 2011 to 2014. Like permadeath was kind of the thing. There was a lot of games that had it. Now it's kind of dwindled off again with the permadeath, but you still see a lot of really hard games. Dead Cells, I have it. I've played it. It is a very difficult game and it's super fast paced or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if every time a game's like really hard, we should call it Souls-like. You know what I mean? You know, because I think it needs to have like the gameplay, like the Surge does. Like that, I can understand the difference there. Just because a game's hard doesn't mean Dark Souls kind of coined it. You know what I mean? Even XCOM, you know, because any game you get or whatever, you can always put it on the highest difficulty, and it's gonna be difficult. Like that's because that's what the game is made, you know. But a lot of people just don't do that. Like me, I like to I get a game, and unless it's like a grand strategy RTS like Total War Warhammer, I like to put that thing on fucking like the highest difficulty possible because I'm slightly masochist apparently. Like the new Madden. New Madden has fucking literally no joke. Earlier today, I got beat 58-16 in a goddamn Madden game against the computer or whatever.
You finished the game too?
No, I simmed the second half and the final score. But when I simmed it, it was 35-0. And the whole reason I simmed it or whatever is because I had like 6 players like get hurt. And I was like, okay, I'm just trying to make it out of this game at this point. I'm not gonna win. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to make it to the next game. So like it was just a total shit show. But then I just played against my buddy and I beat him 55-27. So now I'm all good. You know what I mean? Like it's good. But I mean, yeah, like I don't feel like most people are gonna come out and be like, "Where's the hardest difficulty? Let's start there." You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just kind of. I don't know. As long as you have the thing.
Work my way up.
And see, some people do that. Well, and some games make you do that. You got New Game Plus with like Bloodborne and stuff like that or whatever. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Yeah, some games won't allow you to play the hardest difficulties. Some games
I like the ones that like have different you get different scenes in the game based on the difficulty you're playing at. I always think that's a good replay value thing.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I don't. But I can kind of understand from that perspective, but I don't think we should stop calling games Dark Souls light just because somebody's butthurt or whatever about it. Like, it created its own genre.
What happened to this window?
I don't know.
What
It died.
Skype?
What?
No,
I
Skype
have no
Ian,
idea.
Oh, Ian flipped his camera.
Okay.
What?
No, now he flipped it back. See, I can't.
Perfect.
And then it vibrated.
I went to fix it, and then all of a
The
sudden,
trifecta.
he broke
Having
it
Ian on
again.
the show is Souls-like.
Yeah, it certainly leads to a lot of "you have died" on the inside.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely more than the difficulty. It's the mechanics and the vibe of the game that make it a Souls-like, I would say.
I feel like
Neo, Japan Souls.
I actually feel like people were a little butthurt about Neo being called Dark Souls-like, and I didn't understand that at all, because it is. It's just the platforming, the platform style of the game is Dark Souls. Like the way you move, the way you fight, like it just screams Dark Souls to me.
Right.
There's a new Souls game coming out that's not called a Souls game. That is Dark Souls anime. Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. It's
yeah.
anime Dark Souls. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I just talked about it on stream last week.
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a really cool, like animated sequence. So I was like, oh, that's really sweet. And then I saw gameplay and I was like, meh.
Yeah, when I saw the gameplay, I was like, "Oh, it's exactly Dark Souls. Like this is Dark Souls only Dark Souls what in the world just happened?"
Drum set down.
Someone died.
Drum set.
That's what it sounded like.
That is either that or like a couple plates at the same time.
Something terrible just happened in that house.
So be it.
I don't even remember what we were talking about now.
Well,
new
I
Dark
think we're
Souls
done
game.
with the Souls.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about PUBG, man? What is this? They had a tournament.
Yeah,
the
Gamescom.
Gamescom. Oh yeah.
They had
like
several.
So I didn't realize that they were having a tournament. Like, I don't know. PUBG
That's
started to kind of fall off the map for me.
Well, when that's because like I haven't been playing it and forcing you to play it with me. But like
I did play it last night a little bit with Shane.
I'm surprised you didn't. Like you'll notice in game you'll see a lot of like there's spray paints in game that'll have it's the different team names around. So you'll see like TSM. That's actually I hang out in a lot of the TSM streams. I know like I've been around. That's Smack and the Blacklist. He's part of TSM. And there's Vis and Break and AMPR. So like those are all like I actually know AMPR. Like I've known that dude forever. We used to kill each other in VR quite often. But like yeah, so like it's kind of cool to like see these like this it's the legit first esports tournament of PUBG, like the first big one. So it's really cool to see. I think.
I don't know. PUBG is starting to. I don't know why I'm so salty about the crate system. I am. I'm
God,
super.
Dude,
I am
so
mad about. So I found out last night that like you can only get so many crates a week, 6 crates or something. That's bullshit. I could get 6 crates in 2 days if I played it enough. You know what I mean? Before, and now they fucking like they capped it. It's like this is dumb. I'm not going to pay you more money. Yeah, it is. Cause when I was really playing it, I swear to God, I probably bought like 10 crates over 3 days.
It's only the Gamescom crates, though.
Oh, it's the free ones aren't limited then?
I
don't think so.
Oh, you know why?
Oh, okay.
The paid key crates, Cody, is because people are selling them in the Steam market.
Dude, that shit's crazy. Did you see the keys cost $2.50, but you can sell them on the Steam market for more than that?
Well, and the crates were for a while they were going for like if you were to buy the crates in the game, you could sell the crates for $3.50. Now it's a lot less because everybody's figured it out.
Yeah.
The crates were going for $3.50 or even higher at one point. So you could like, unlock 2 crates in the game, sell one, buy a key with it. That's why there's a cap on it, is because they were.
The fucking crazy market.
So I thought it was the free crates. I was like, this is stupid. I thought, okay, never mind. I'm still salty about the credit system. I think it's cheap.
See, it doesn't bother me at all because, like I've said before when we've talked about it.
Right,
it's
but how
just
much money have you
cosmetics.
made? How much money have you made off that credit system, Tim?
$30.
Because we were just talking about it, right? Like, and you don't even really play PUBG anymore.
You know
how
what,
much?
though? That's
I just
mostly off of one shirt. I made $25 off of one open school
there is
shirt that I got from a
no
free grade.
motherfucking reason that a cosmetic item should sell for $25 on any kind of store.
Tell that
If someone bought it.
Okay, but you know what?
Counter-Strike, I know.
Yeah, tell it to Counter-Strike, tell it to H1Z1, tell it to like any of those games. This is PUBG is following in a tradition of a marketplace system that clearly works. People, as much as we love to hate on it, people love that system. You all done?
Yeah. So
I
is
gotta
someone
look
there
out.
wants to buy shit.
Yeah, people want to buy things, and you know what? So it doesn't bother me at all because as long as there's a place for the marketplace, and everybody's looked, like even the people who are railing the system,
but
they've checked out, they've gone and looked. They're like, oh, I think I might buy this, and they're like, oh, it costs $400 for this shirt. What in the all holy? But that's just the way the marketplace is, man.
Right, but then it leads to things like gambling. You know what I mean? And whatnot. And then you have like 13-year-olds gambling. No, they have squashed that. Like it's still a very thriving thing that happens with CS:GO. I know people who do it. There used to be a dude who would come in and tell me at work every day, "Yo, I made $500 last night on CS:GO by gambling, blah blah blah, gambling skin." Blah, blah, blah. That is ridiculous.
You know
like
what, though? You get the same thing with sports. And
and you go to Vegas and you legally gamble.
You
know
don't
what
have
I
to
mean?
go to Vegas. There are websites.
Well, no, you have DraftKings now, but there's definitely been a bunch of lawsuits.
I'm not even talking about DraftKings and FanDuel. You can Logan, I thought you wanted out. Do you want a yogurt? Okay, I gotta get Logan a yogurt. Hang on a second. But like, there's websites where you can I'm not trying to get an advertising or anything, but there's a website called mybookie.com where you can go place bets.
So are you telling us to bookie.com and play some bets?
Right, but is that or is that not illegal? And how many of those people are like 13 years old?
Yeah,
that's your CS:GO community. They're like 13 to like 27.
Yeah, it's
30,
something that should probably be regulated.
You know what I mean?
Hi, Logan.
That's my only real problem with it is that it's a bunch of underage adults. Or kids, I don't know. Underage adults and kids, I guess, are the same thing.
That already happens. That's the thing. You're talking about how it happens with CS:GO, and like, you want a snack?
You have 13-year-olds gambling on football games? Like what? Maybe on DraftKings.
Guarantee it. No, on the website that I just talked about a little bit ago, like 30 seconds ago, MyBookie, I guarantee it happens on there because all you have to do is create a profile and say you're not 13. It's the same with every website.
Henny, what do you got?
Can't beat the age verification system, man.
No, we're not gonna eat tuna right now. Can you put the tuna back, please?
I ain't tuna.
Okay. No, thank you.
Oh, where'd he go?
I don't know
either.
He was asking about something, and then he left.
Oh, okay.
He's back.
Thanks, Ian, for the update.
Ian, thanks for the update. So glad that's your contribution. Well, he was asking some questions and then he left, but he'll be back.
The number one comment I say to my dog, that's not yours.
Oh, that was John?
Yeah, it was my dog, Penny.
Oh, I thought it was your wife.
As his wife, Penny.
My wife, Penny?
But Cody, like, my other thing is, it's not like the creation of a crate system in PUBG created the whole gambling phenomenon when it comes to
well, no, like I know that, but I would think they'd be better than that. I don't know. It's whatever. I mean, I don't know. I haven't played that much recently.
They don't make anything off those gambling systems.
No, baby, don't eat these carrots. These carrots are old.
It's all third-party stuff. It's not like the
Well,
PUBG team will make a dime off of that.
I'm not right. That's not really the point. The point, because what they do make money in is like people who end up getting banned and shit like that or whatever, are still rebuying that game. So it's not like they don't make money somewhere in the loop. You know what I mean?
Getting banned.
So, yeah, because like somebody will play so much and then they'll do something stupid like friendly fire or whatever, like you did to me last night there, Justin.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That shit was funny. But anyways, what I mean? They just be fucking around or whatever, but they play the game so much or whatever, and then they start relying on it for money. And it's like, oh, you got banned. Okay, well, just buy another one.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
uh-oh.
It happens in Counter-Strike all the time.
But in PUBG, I don't know that anybody's been permanently banned. Like, even the guys who got banned for stream sniping, they've been banned for like a week.
Well, that one dude who got banned, he wasn't even banned that long, but like I said, he just literally bought a new game. It didn't matter. He just went and bought a new game and started streaming again. You know what I mean?
No more, baby.
That's his money.
You know what I mean?
That's
right.
his own problem though. Like, I guess that I don't see how that's a issue for them. Like, if you get banned for violating
well, you were just
POS,
saying right, but you were saying they don't make money in
off
that
the
loop
gambling
is
system.
Right, but I'm saying the people who are gambling are those that are playing that a lot. They're playing that game a lot, and they're willing to go and spend extra money to rebuy the game when they do shit that's dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Could be.
You're drawing a correlation there that I'm not quite getting though between the like.
Either way. Anyways, agree to disagree.
Sure,
we'll just move on to something else because it's already 11:40.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, what was
did you guys look at the Overwatch changes that are coming up?
Yeah.
I heard about
You're not going to see a Mercy in every single match that you play anymore, and you're also not going to have them hiding to do nothing when they are in the game.
Yeah, it sounds like she's going to have a lot more active role now.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Is she actually able to do damage?
I don't know if that was a buff.
I think you should
I don't know. I don't know what she's like doing. Did they decrease her flight time?
No. What they've done is she can't. She can't res a whole team anymore. She can only res one at a time. And I don't know how to better describe.
It's no longer her ultimate ability. It's just a normal ability of hers. Every 30 seconds, you can just res somebody.
What is her new ult? I don't know that. I know it's on PTR, but I haven't tried the PTR out.
Her new ultimate is pretty much just like she's super beefy. Like her gun does more damage, and she can fly around at will. Like not float, she can fly around, and her healing and her damage boost are like juiced up when she has this ability going.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's actually really overpowered, and they're already patching it to change it, because if you nano boost her and she ults, she just like team wipes. Like there's a case where she team wiped, and then the enemy team got rezzed, and then she team wiped them again.
Like, okay,
it's fucking crazy.
So she's gone from the squishiest and most dinky character in the game in terms of the damage she does, because she just has a pea shooter, to she's a healer, but she really just is the best killer in the game.
She's the best DPS healer you get.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Like, I don't get it.
Well,
they could have made
needed nerfs, and I'm all for the not being able to res an entire team at once thing.
Bella, no thank you.
It was such garbage. When you have a point captured, and then a Mercy's been hiding and spawned the entire time, runs out, presses Q the second that she has 5 on her screen because they died close enough to the door, and then they wipe you. That's garbage.
Right, well, why wouldn't you instead just cap the amount of people she can res with her ultimate and decrease her flight time?
No,
instead of changing the character completely.
Well, the Pharah Mercy hasn't been in the meta for a couple updates now, since really kind of since Doomfist. They've been out. It's really been dive comp.
Blades. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't get it.
Yeah, pretty much they just wanted to remove the whole team res. I think Jeff's explanation was it just felt really shitty when you get a whole enemy team rezzed. And so, I don't know, it sounds like they're trying to remove things that just make people feel shitty from the game. Like they removed Roadhog's one-hit kill ability. and now they're removing
Right,
the
but that
whole-
still took a little bit of
You
skill.
are freaking
What is it?
Everybody with the house, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate that here on Our Life in Pixels.
Thank you, sir.
but yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting change. It'll definitely see less mercies hiding around. Because I don't think that's a fun gameplay mechanic to be like, okay, we killed a bunch of people. Where's the mercy? Where's the mercy? Everyone panicking and like looking for her.
And dude, a whole bunch of the Mercy mains are just whining about it on Twitter. They're just complaining about it. It's like, okay, well.
Dude, Andrew was playing in the PTR earlier, and she said she felt like it was really good.
The lightning is
She felt like it was what?
She liked it. She thought the changes were good.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, at least it a lot makes you have to actually have a little bit more skill to play with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's the positive portion to it. I just completely essentially completely rewrote that character though.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's gonna require a very different play style. It's kind of the
Right.
same way with Roadhog too. Once you remove his one-hit kill ability, like everyone's got to play him kind of differently now.
Well, and I didn't have as much a problem with his one-hit kill ability or whatever because it took skill. Like somebody can dodge that stuff or
Yeah.
whatever, and you know you got to have decent aim. And then Lucio, you get pulled like that or whatever, you can boop him, and it'll negate the one-hit kill and stuff like that. So it wasn't as like OP or whatever as it was for Mercy to just come out in some like dark hidden corner and just hit Q and run away.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
Dude.
So,
exactly.
I mean, like I understand what they're doing with Mercy or whatever, but I feel like they could have gone about it a different route. But, hey, it is what it is. I'm sure people like it. I don't know. I don't play enough anyways, so I haven't played probably like too much.
I'll just enjoy the whole no longer resing an entire team at once when I just, especially there would be times where I drop down as Reaper, I'd get a triple, people would clean up the mess, we've wiped the team, where's the frickin' Mercy? She comes out of nowhere, instantly presses Q, and oh, she's no longer invulnerability. She's no longer invulnerable when she's using res, which is just thank God, because that was always the dumbest thing. Because you'd be sitting there shooting her in the face, she hits Q with like no health left, and everybody's up, including her. So this is the most dumb thing ever.
Yeah, it was frustrating.
I'd have been fine though. I'll say it this way: if they would have not completely rewrote the character and just on say you can res 3 people, half the team, right, and you can. And you are not invulnerable during res. That would have been fine. Because I still feel like that would have solved the problem.
Right.
Logan. Hi, Justin. Hi, Justin. He does not say hi.
Have we had an OLIP episode since they did the No Man's Sky update?
No, I don't think so.
Like
with the,
did you guys read about that? Yeah. Multiplayer. You know what I mean? Tim, you know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't played No Man's Sky in a year, so.
No, I know, but they had an update or whatever. There's now the most basic of basic multiplayer possible. Talk to other people or whatever, and you can see other people as orbs.
Yeah, the orbs thing. I did read about that. That is the most pointless change. Like,
do you know?
I don't. Yeah, go, Justin. You're good.
Are the players able to see the changes each other make in the world?
No, you can't affect each other's.
Only see what people name shit.
But you can talk to them. There's a proximity chat.
What I'm saying is, you can't see what they built, you can't see what they've destroyed, you can't see any of that. You can only see what they've named things in terms of changes to
them. No, you can still see what people built because people can put their bases and stuff out on the workshop or whatever on the Steam Workshop. You can download them. So,
but not in the game.
You can download them and walk through them in the game, but you can't just travel to the planet and then go in. Yeah.
I think that is probably of all of the things that were promised in No Man's Sky, and there was a lot promised, and there was a very ambitious game, and I've talked about this on stream many times. I blame more than anyone else Sony for pushing that team, the Hello Games, to release a game that they knew wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And they knew wasn't near what they had been promising people since, I swear to God, it was before I moved down here the first time I saw a No Man's Sky trailer. Ian fucked his camera again. I gotta fix it.
When did you move down there?
2013.
No. Might have been the same year.
Yeah, so it's been like that long. I remember watching the E3 thing, and actually I remember talking to you about it, Cody, because I thought it was going to be the best thing ever.
So did I. I thought it did too.
And then, you know, it was what it was. It was an okay game. It's kind of fun. It's an interesting. The idea of exploring a universe that big still captivates me, but the lack of things in it was always what bugged me, and they've been adding things. There's no doubt they've been adding things. You still can't really interact with the aliens more than kind of talking to them and kind of being friends with them. You can get into space fights with pirates still. Okay, that's fine, but there's none of the big. They showed these big, epic space battles in these trailers of like different factions rolling up against each other. That's not in the game still. Like, there's the things that I was excited about in the game are not there, and the for a game that's built around spaceflight to have such basic space battle mechanics, what is happening?
What is
Ian's
going
dog
on?
eating.
He just needs to mute his fucking mic. Mute his phone.
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh, that was a lovely crunch.
How's that new headset treating you, Justin?
I like it a lot, dude. I can
Since
actually
your
walk.
Hulk hands.
I can walk all the way down to the basement and still just have like really clear quality going on.
Oh, that's good.
They're way more comfortable too than the broken ones.
Right. So, speaking of like games getting pushed out too early, how about a game that is literally refusing to put out a Did you all see that?
Motherfucking Bannerlord.
Right.
God damn.
Right. That was I don't know, Tim. I don't know. No. It wasn't like a. We're just not gonna put one out. They were just like, we creatively feel like we don't need to have one out there, but like a bunch of like artistic bullshit. Well, they just did another demo at Gamescom that I haven't watched yet. Or whatever.
It just seems like a lie to me.
Well,
dude,
it's starting to see. Yeah, it's starting to. It just. At what point or whatever, or like I just look at it this way, like with me personally, like if I don't give myself like a deadline to fucking do something, I just don't. You know what I mean?
2 deadlines in place.
It was 2017. There was no actual release dates.
Hey, what up, Seeking the Strike? No. First it was late 2016. Then it was Q1 2017. Q1 is January to March.
Right.
Q1. Okay? It didn't come out Q1. In fact, we heard nothing about it from January until, what, May? Where they're like, oh, hey, the game's not dead. We're just working on it. And now it's like, oh, we don't feel the need to tell you anything about it. We're going to do a demo.
No, they started doing, ever since they came out with that post, they started doing dates.
What have you done? Logan just launched Big Picture mode on Steam.
Oh my god. Dude. I think we might have to hang up on Ian, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, first of all, fuck you, Justin. Second of all, Cody, this is your future.
I don't have 3 of them.
He hung up on himself.
Alright.
Seek and Destroy. OLIP stands for Our Life in Pixels. It's our weekly podcast. It says that up at the top.
Weekly.
Usually, it used to be weekly, and then it was not weekly, and then it was pseudo weekly, and now it's like, when it's always on Friday. When it happens, it's on Friday.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that's consistent. It's Friday at 10 p.m. Central, and that's the only thing that's consistent about it.
So yeah, okay, Mountain Blade Bannerlord. When's it gonna come out? I don't know, but guess what? When it does come out, it's gonna be fucking great.
Oh,
what year did fucking Warband come out? 2010. That's still hella good.
I still
Right, but
I liked apparently I'm in the minority that liked the Viking Conquest expansion.
It had some cool stuff
well,
too.
it just took forever to be good because the
Yeah,
release it
it's
was
so
not
buggy.
good. The release was not good.
Speaking of things
It
that were
was
pushed for release before they were actually ready.
right. But my thing is, it's like when you start, like you're right. Warband was released in 2010,
10.
right? But in 2013, when you started the development on fucking Bannerlord, like how good of an update is that really gonna be? Or you just
Yeah.
have they scrapped it on like twice now to actually make it look
I think
newer?
they've scrapped it twice, which is why it's still not done.
Well, my thing is just then why even talk about it? Why even put it out there? Like, hey, it's a thing. You know what I mean? Like, because I remember being on my first fucking deployment reading about Bannerlord. Like, that was in 2013. Like, get the
Yeah.
fuck. Either release the game or tell us it's dead and stop getting our hopes up.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
I don't know if you read their like
right back.
development blogs at all, but
No, 'cause I don't
that's one of
trust
the
them.
things they just said was like, yep, so about the release date, we're not gonna have a release date
Right,
because
yeah.
we just want to finish it when it's done and we don't have like investors pushing us to like get the shit done. So I was like,
Right.
all right, fair. I hope it happens.
Right, but I just look like I don't want an investor to make a game release early, but there needs to be somebody kicking them in the ass to fucking do it. Otherwise, it's like, we spent 2 hours on it today. We're good. Clock out. Going home. Like, what
Right.
the fuck?
If you don't have that
That's
timeline,
right.
then
Like that's the perception that I now have of that game. Is just like, man, we worked
yeah.
2 hours, 4 hours, whatever.
We could tweak the horse combat a little more before we release it.
Right,
Like
and it's
3 months
just
later.
right, and it's just like I just don't understand. Like, if it's really like that big of a deal, why don't they just release it as early access and
I
let
would
people
love to see
play
that.
for it?
It's
You know what I mean?
because then you're gonna hate it because that's how you are with
Well,
early access.
let me hate it. Like,
Let him.
I
It's his
let
money.
me. This is my thing. This is my thing. Let me hate it as an early access game or whatever, instead of getting Mass Effect Andromeda and hating it as a full release. Okay.
I completely agree. I would rather have something
Oh.
that's early access and I know is gonna be buggy, and
Right.
hear you complain about how buggy it is, and you'll play it when it's finished. Then have
Right.
have them push a game that's like, here, it's finished, and it's not.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
that's actually become a huge problem. Like we've talked about that now with No Man's Sky. Now we're talking about with
Yeah.
what the potential for Bannerlord and then Andromeda. Oh my god! And now they're like, hey, we're not going to be updating the single player for Andromeda anymore. By the way,
Yeah, they're done.
they're done.
with
Right.
that.
They're like, oh,
They
we
dropped that whole
finished.
thing. They're like, screw it.
Fuck, dude.
And the only reason they're still updating
So-
the multiplayer is just because that's where the microtransaction.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it.
100%.
Whatever. So it's just like
It's
now my thing is I still stand by the fact that Andromeda is not a bad game. The release was
I haven't
terrible.
played it.
The release was terrible, but
I got
it's
it for
still
$20.
it's
I still
still a
haven't played it.
it's still like if you had to go on like your normal school grading scale, it's still a B plus in
I
that
give
range.
it. You can't give it a B. You
Why
can give
not?
you can give the combat system a B, but with that much crap,
That's 90% of the game.
Okay,
You just run around and fucking shoot shit.
Here's the thing, Cody.
Like-
Here's the thing. If you were gonna give that game a grade on release when it first came out,
I
because
didn't.
that's how grading works.
I personally did not have that as many issues as other people.
Okay.
The only
But
major
this-
issue I had was when one of my characters died when I was fighting like the first big monster you fight in the beginning or whatever. And like the game just like lost its shit. Like I couldn't res them or whatever. They were just stuck in the ground and I had to reload.
I seem to remember at one point you were floating and not able to hit things on your stream. You were like walking above the ground and couldn't shoot things. And
Are you
you
sure that was
restarted
me?
your
I
game.
don't-
That was you, because you're the only person I watched play it on Twitch.
Right, but I mean that wasn't like as gay. That's not like game breaking. Like I don't know. Like
It literally
it
broke
didn't
your
really
game.
bother me.
If it was me, I would have
Well,
been like,
no, I'm
I
talking
broke
about-
it.
Well, if you can just restart it and it fixes it, that's fine. Like the one with the person who was down or
So
whatever,
didn't you lose
I couldn't
a save
just
file
restart.
and have to start your game over?
No, not with the floating thing. With the person that was down, yeah, I had to go like
Yeah.
3 hours back. That was, and
Yeah.
that's
a
when it's
problem.
annoying.
Okay.
That's when that shit starts to
See-
piss me off or whatever. Like the floating thing, if I could just exit out of the game, reload my save, and come right back in and start where I was, okay. I lost 5 minutes of game time, whatever. You know what I mean? Shit happens. But yeah, the only major one I had was that fucking other one, and I was just like, no,
See,
no.
I'm about to talk
It's
out of both sides of my mouth because I've defended games like, say, Mortal Kombat X for bad releases,
Right.
not being a bad game, but it being a bad release. That was a little different because that release was terrible. You had to download it like 6 times from 6 different places in order to get the game, and then when it all came together, it didn't work right because the files weren't installed correctly. Oh, thanks for that,
Yeah, it was like
NetherRealm.
it was okay on the console, but the PC release was
Was
just shit, right?
terrible. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
And then they decided that they were only going to release certain DLC on console and not put it on PC. Oh yeah, you can't buy everything that you can buy on at your Xbox and PS4 on your PC. You can't. So I stopped defending that
Someone's
game a long
lining
time
Ed
ago.
Boon's pockets there.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
like here's the thing that bugs the living crap out of me. We gotta stop defending games that are broken on release and be like, oh well, once they give you 20 patches, it's fine. Like
I agree.
I think we should grade it the way it comes out at release, and then we'll stop getting terribly broken games. Like now, you'd give it a B, Cody. Okay, but on the day it released, you could at
I
best
haven't
give it a
played
C.
it. I haven't played it since the same month of the release.
Oh God, then how can you even give it a
So
B?
because I can't give it a B and be justified because I put actual time into it. My wife beat the game. I'm pretty sure. Didn't you beat Mass Effect or come pretty close?
Logan, stop. What are you doing?
She's got 100+ hours in it, anyways. You know what I mean?
Well,
So like, I'm justified. You still haven't played the game.
that's true. I haven't.
Dude,
So how do
yeah.
you
That's
know?
true.
Like you can't sit there and
Ooh.
just hate on it,
That's
hate
a
on it,
fair
hate on it.
point.
You've
I'm
never
not
played
hating
it.
on it because I think
Yes,
I think
you are.
no,
You
no,
said
no,
I
I'm
can't give
saying
it a
it's a
B, and I
C.
played it, and you have
A
it.
C is a passing grade. A C is a decent game.
But how can you give it a grade when you haven't played it ever?
But what I'm saying
Not
is,
once.
is
You don't even have it installed.
a game.
Like,
I do have it
even
installed.
I played it.
do have it installed. It's on my Xbox.
Okay.
I haven't played it because I got it when I was in the middle of playing The Witcher, and I've been playing how many games since? And
Right.
people keep giving me more games. They're like, hey, you should stream this. That's how I got Dead Cells. A viewer was like, hey, I want to see you play this game. I was like, okay. And now somebody just gave me The Evil Within, which is a game I actually wanted to play a long time ago. And now it's like, oh, I actually have it, so I gotta
Shit,
play
so
that
that-
at some point. More
Dude,
support
So, but
games.
trying to
yeah,
defend
I
For
enjoyed.
Honor.
Yeah,
I
For
agree.
Honor. You know what? I liked For Honor's campaign. That was my most exciting portion of that. I did enjoy For Honor's campaign.
Hi.
Yeah.
And people will probably think I'm crazy, but I liked it because I played on the hardest difficulty. That was another one of those games I played on the hardest difficulty or whatever because I had to flip my sleep schedule, so I needed to stay up all night anyways, all night, and the next day I had to flip my sleep schedule or whatever. And I just played the shit out of it. And you know what? Playing that game without the markers or whatever was a lot of fun. Even
Yeah.
though it was just against like NPCs and stuff, I still really enjoyed it because it was hard as fuck.
Try PUBG like that. It's great.
Until we
but
shoot each other, Justin.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's even better. That's even more exciting.
the whole thing for me though is we got to stop giving games grades on when they're fixed and give them grades on when they come out though. Like
Well, I
Right.
mean, you can do both.
on
right?
release, Mortal Kombat was an F. Overall, it was a C. I'd give it a C, and I played the hell out of the game. I beat the story mode in Mortal Kombat X. It's a passable game, right? You don't have to give it a B. You don't have to be like, oh, it was really like for to give it
I
a
enjoyed
B.
it, like,
Are you if we're talking Madden grades, are you giving it an 81 or are you giving it an 88? Because those are both technically Bs.
if I would give it an 80. Like I'm just gonna give it a straight up.
So a
minimum
straight up
A.
80. So that's
Right.
it's a B minus. That's fine. Like I was thinking like a. I haven't
Well,
played it, but from what I've seen, like a 77. But-
It just depends on like how much somebody likes combat stuff. My wife fucking enjoyed that game like to no ends. Like I said, she has over 100 hours in it. Like
the thing I think that most people found so disappointing with it, and I'll still maintain this because it was never
Why?
it was never as bad as a lot of people. Why
What,
does
Mortal
Tim know?
Kombat?
Wow,
Fair.
wow, Justin, wow, friggin'
It's just very specific.
why like what do you mean? Why, like it's not it's how do you not know them?
Didn't
I don't
matter.
know off the top of my head.
What do you mean
He-
doesn't
he
matter?
has
It
children.
matters. It
He has
matters.
children. I
But,
like Seek and Destroy's answer.
they put so much
Logic.
time into, even though it had a terrible ending, they put so much time into carefully crafting Mass Effect 3, and it still has
Hold
some
on.
bugs. What?
Different development team.
That's
Yes, that's true. But my
That's
point
why the game
is, why would the parent company of BioWare, right, give their prized possession? They have 2 prized possessions at this point. Well, 3, but one of them they're not working on anymore, which is KOTOR. But like they had KOTOR, they had Dragon
Tim, you already know
Age.
the answer to this question.
But no, I don't.
Anthem.
Because
That's it. That's your answer. They were working on Anthem.
if Anthem
so
isn't amazing, then they're gonna get so much flack
right,
from me about it.
and that's exactly what's gonna happen. And they
And
know
you know
that
what?
now.
I
Mass
am
Effect
I am
tanked
tempted.
for a lot of people.
I know everybody's all hyped about Destiny 2, but I might just wait for Anthem and not buy Destiny 2 because I never really played Destiny 1, and BioWare is a company that I trust a little more than Bungie at this point because of
Well, Bungie
the
had to
last
give Halo 343
last
because Microsoft owned Halo.
yeah, I guess
Bungie did
the
not.
last good Halo game was still Bungie in Reach.
Yep.
It was Halo.
That was
the last one.
yeah.
That
Well,
is still one of
4
my
was
favorite video games of all time. Just
okay.
saying.
I still I want to I maintain that 4 could have been so good had they not had the story made sense from the
Okay.
beginning. Had you like stopped playing Halo Reach and Halo 3, had you not like just playing the games should be enough to give you the story. But apparently there are books like no, I've always known that there are Halo books. I've read some of the Halo books, but if you didn't read the books that supposedly take place after 3 before you play 4, then 4 doesn't make any sense because you start out fighting the Covenant and you're like, wait a minute, what? Why am I fighting Coveys? We're supposed to.
System
What's
shock,
happening?
dude.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but I mean, at least the info's out there. I mean, but that's the same question. Why the fuck do I have to leave Destiny to learn about the lore with the Grimoire cards? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's the same thing.
Stupid shit.
It's
I
the same
wonder
stupid
if that's
fucking
gonna be
shit that I
fixed
don't
in Destiny
understand.
2.
I mean, I imagine. I
So,
pray.
my thing with Destiny
all
2,
pray.
I'm going to wait for it to release on PC because then it's releasing
Oh,
a month
yeah.
after consoles on PC, and then we'll really know if it's any good. Like there
Yeah, you'll
is
have
like
time.
a grace period there to really be able to make a decision, which is nice for me as a PC owner to be able to be like, meh, no, I'm gonna pass on it because everybody's been bitching about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
So, and the other thing, did you guys hear what the what Bungie said about Destiny 2 and not having it at 60 frames per second on fucking console
No,
or
what did
whatever?
they say?
They were like, we could make it 60 frames per second on console, but it'd be a smaller world and less enemies, and like it's just not the game that we want to make or whatever. So that's why it's at 30 FPS. But if you would like it at 60 frames, you can go build yourself a computer. I was like, what?
That's
Yeah.
I was
That's
just
funny.
like, oh my
Savage.
god.
You know what?
I was.
I
Love
think
it.
I think that they could have. I don't know. I think it's still possible for them to make it 60 frames,
maybe on the PS4 Pro and the
On the
Xbox
Pro
One
and
X,
yeah.
but I don't think they could have been.
It's that kind of thing where,
Every
like,
single-
with the first Destiny game, they kind of had to tone shit down because they were releasing on multiple generations of console. So
Right.
I think it was the final expansion. They were like, "Fuck it, we're only developing for the new shit,"
You know
and
what though?
they got away with a lot more.
That could have
Right.
been fixed in a way that that I don't think anybody could have because it was releasing on multiple generations on console. Make it 1280 by 720 on the PS3 and on the Xbox 360, and you would have had no issue at all with the frame rate. Like, people would have been mad who played it on the Xbox 360 and on the PS3, but who played it on the Xbox 360 and the PS3? The population base compared to PS4 and Xbox One was marginal. So yeah, people would be like, oh, it doesn't look as good. I'm like, oh, get a new console.
Well, isn't this kind of sending the same message as in we're now cutting off support on consoles that are like what 15 years old now?
No, because you
Yeah.
could still support the game, just do it in a lower frickin' res, so you can give it everything that you want to give it in terms of gameplay.
I don't know. I look at it at this point, and maybe this is just me because I have every fucking console I ever wanted or whatever. Because I have the disposable money to buy it, so I might be biased or whatever. But at this point, to me, it's like the new generation's here. PS4 came out in what 2013, 14.
I was looking down here, so it was at least 13.
It was 2000. No, it was 2014 because it was right before I went to Afghanistan. So it came out in 14. It's and now there is 2 iterations of the PS4. they routinely sell for somewhere around $200, $250, which is a very, very cheap entry point for any console. You know what I mean? Like Xbox, my fucking Xbox One S, I got for like $200, but I got a fucking controller, I got Deadpool, and I got a video game with it. So it was like $350 goddamn thing. I saved $100 on it, and that was during Black Friday, and I ordered that off the internet. It wasn't like sold out or anything. Like Microsoft and PlayStation and Sony or whatever have made it very friendly for people to get in here into this new console generation. And so if you haven't upgraded at this point or whatever, if you have had the money, that's almost on you at this point.
No,
if
it
you
is.
wanted to
It's
do
not
it.
almost. If you can afford to upgrade from I don't think
Right.
anybody at this point hasn't updated from Xbox 360, and if they have,
No, I
what are you
actually
doing?
know somebody. I know somebody who played Destiny 1 on Xbox 360 who still only has an Xbox 360, but she also has a PC. So she's just like, well, I'm just
Oh,
gonna play
well,
Destiny 2 on
that's
PC so I
fine.
can play with my
Yeah.
friends. You know what I mean? But she doesn't feel the need to upgrade to the new generation or whatever. So it's just like, okay, that's cool.
That's
or whatever,
fine,
but
but
I
then
just
I mean, they don't expect to have all the like if you played Madden, which
what's
one
going
was
on,
it?
Ryan?
There was like one of them that it was legit like you were playing last year's Madden just with the updated roster, and then if you got the new one on Xbox, it was 14, I think. Or 25? It was 25. If you got Madden 25 on the Xbox 360, which I did, I have it for my Xbox 360, and not on Xbox One, it didn't look like the same game I was watching people play. And I was like, huh, I was legit just playing last year's Madden, is all it was.
Guys.
Happy
Oh,
birthday,
happy
Cryon!
birthday, Cryon! Jesus.
We'll be your parents.
I'll be your daddy.
Wife, say happy birthday, Cryon. Okay, she just said happy birthday. She didn't say her. So
Pretty
you
good,
can't record
pretty
that and use it for later.
You
Anyways.
mean little bitch.
I'm-
Aw, so young.
You're only 20?
he's
God,
he's
I
a
feel old
youngin'.
as fuck.
You are old as F.
I've oh,
As
my
F.
bad.
No,
I forgot
he
your
can't
face
hear
right there.
you.
Look, I've already messed up
He
before when
can't
you put the
hear
headset on him and
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
there was
realize
that.
it. So I
That's
try
right.
to just
There
like
was
calm
that.
down altogether.
Oh,
Oh,
You
Jesus.
didn't just see him driving his truck on my head?
I don't look at I have your
That's
stream
the
on my right
screen.
monitor. I have the Skype on my center monitor, so it looks like I'm actually like talking to you
can
guys.
see my
You know what I mean?
screen on your Skype.
No, I can't.
No, it's
What?
just
Nope.
showing your picture.
It's just
It's
showing your
supposed-
profile picture. So
what happened to sharing screens?
suck a duck. I don't know.
Suck a duck, he says.
Look, I'm trying to keep it PG, Tim.
Now you can
Now
see me.
I can. Now I can.
did that forever ago. Maybe when we added Ian to the call and then
I
he
think
left, it
so.
broke it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
now
probably
I
did
broke
break.
it. The window's frozen. There we go. Now it's fixed.
So, did I tell you my wife beat Uncharted, the first one, yesterday, and now she's like halfway through the fucking second one?
That's nice.
Cranking.
She's just like drilling through these.
That's-
She's like,
that's-
I'm pregnant. I'm gonna play through the entire Uncharted series. Like, okay.
Beautiful.
I mean,
I'm okay.
I've
with
never
it.
played
there's
it.
I
worse
bought
things.
her the series like a fucking what was that, like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. I bought like it was like $15 at GameStop. She's like, can I have this? And I was like, because she saw me play Uncharted 4.
I don't know how this window keeps getting broken. The bumper keeps like changing. Like
That's
I don't understand at all.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited for Destiny 2. A little bit. I'm a little bit excited. I'm actually getting more and more excited for the new Total War game. Total War Warhammer game, because it's going to do It's going to do something that's actually pretty freaking awesome. If you own the first Total War game, you can do a grand campaign that includes both maps.
That's cool.
So you can play as all the characters, all the factions and stuff from the first one.
Oh, I guarantee you.
And play the second one.
I'm gonna pick up
at the same time.
I'm gonna pick up Total War Warhammer, the first one, on this next Steam sale because it'll cost like $10, and then the new one will come out, and then I'll wait a year. What are you sorry for?
So I mean, but it's just.
hey.
It's just
Did
cool.
you guys see that Relic is going to be making a new Age of Empires game?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did. And I'm excited.
Are they doing the new AOE, or are they doing because there's a reskin of the original AOE coming out as well? They're remastering.
They're doing a new AOE.
They're doing
it.
I hope it's a return to medieval crap because I didn't like 3.
Yeah.
I thought
You didn't like
I didn't like. I love mythology. Are you kidding me? But I loved Age of Empires, Age of Empires 2, and Age of Mythology, and then Age of Empires 3 came out, and it was like, hey, muskets. And I was like, hey, if
Oh,
I
I
want
didn't like it either.
if I want that, I'll play Civ. Like I don't want.
Yeah.
And
This
they
is
added
not what
in
I'm
all
looking for.
those, and they added in all the cards.
Yeah, I was like, this is not
Those,
my
yeah, I
this is
didn't
not
like that.
my style.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
only really
want.
played 2, so that's
Oh
where I'm
God,
at.
Right.
I still play too.
I used
Uh,
to.
kind
You're
of
good, Justin.
concerned though,
Why?
because I feel like Dawn of War 3 was a letdown.
Yeah, it couldn't hold my attention. Now Joda, I bought it for Joda, and he definitely put like 80 hours in that
Well,
bitch,
see,
which I
Oh yeah.
Dawn of
yeah, but I
all
just
three of the Dawn of War. There's a reason that I still don't own Dawn of War 2 and I didn't pick up Dawn of War 3. Is Dawn of War it was fun the first time, and then 2 to me looked like the gameplay didn't look any different, and 3 to me the gameplay didn't look any different. And so I was like, okay, you got some new units, you've got some new factions, but like the core of the game is obviously the
definitely
exact same.
missed the boat on that.
I
Dawn of
don't know.
War 2 is a lot different from Dawn of War, like not even in the same
Yeah.
fucking
Really?
realm. Is
Super
totally different, super different. So one of the biggest complaints in Dawn of War 1 was the fact that like you could go through an entire space marine legion in one fight. Like you could kill like over 1,000
yeah.
space marines in one fight, right? So what they did in like Dawn of War 2 is they went to a lot more small unit tactics kind of thing or whatever, and you would only
Company
have
hero
like
style.
maybe 50 space marines. That's high. That's really high or whatever. And they went to a lot more like the heroes or whatever. So you, like if you were Space Marines, you could have Gabriel Angelos and he would like wreck people and stuff like that. But they
It was
went
a
to a lot
lot
more
more
like
like intimate battles.
right. It wasn't like a grand campaign kind of thing that you would get in Dawn of War 1 where you'd have like hundreds of units on screen. You would maybe get 100, just a single 100 units on screen. And that's only if you're having like a 3v3 battle. So you got six
Yeah.
people playing. So
Very different.
yeah, they were a lot different. Now I will say I definitely enjoyed Dawn of War 2's campaign way more than I enjoyed Dawn of War 1. Dawn of War 2's campaign was like legit. It was awesome.
2 had co-op as well.
Right. It had the co-op campaign. That was a lot of fun. Is he laughing or crying?
He's laughing because I'm tickling him. He like
Okay.
grabbed my hand and made me tickle him, so I've just been tickling him. See him reaching for me? He's trying to get me a
Yeah.
tickle.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But
So-
I guess I'm the only person in the world that enjoyed the 40K chess game that came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bought it and I played like 10 minutes of it.
I think
And I
it's
was like,
fun.
eh.
I haven't
I think
played.
I
I've
bought it
only
early
played
on.
a few hours
Oh.
of it, but I think it's fun.
It
Regicide.
reminds me of Harry Potter. Honestly,
It's what?
It-
To me,
because
it
you
just reminds
move
me of
your chest beeps and then they like stab the shit out of each other.
I
You know what
guess
I mean?
I used to play a lot of. There was a game for PS2 called I've never been big into the Dynasty Warriors series, but I played Dynasty Warriors Tactics, and that was like a ton of fun for me. It was a turn-based strategy game in with Dynasty Warriors like figurines
Weird.
and stuff, and like it was so cool. And so I really enjoyed the 40K chess game. I was like, I can't even think of what it's called right now.
Regicide.
Regicide, yeah, Warhammer
It's rare.
40K Regicide, yeah. I really enjoyed Regicide because it reminded me a lot of that game with the hero units and the pawns and everything. I was like, oh, this is a lot of fun for me, and the different scenarios. Like I was like, oh, this is cool. But yeah, I can see how it would get boring fast. And I'm also I would
Getting
if you
fast.
give me the option between a turn-based strategy game and a real-time strategy game, 10 out of 10 times I'll take turn-based. Even though I love Age of
Right.
Empires, I will take turn-based every time because I enjoy that more. I like that's why I like XCOM. That's why I've got a game called Hard West.
You don't like
that I'm
Civ
super
though,
excited.
do you?
Civ is a little well, I don't mind Civ. I think my problem with Civ is I played Alpha Centauri before I ever played Civ. And I enjoyed the hell out of Alpha Centauri. And then I played Civ, and I was like, this is similar but different. And I knew it was the same, same devs, all Sid Meier.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. I like Civ, but I'm not as hard on it as some people are. I'm like, it's okay.
It's kind of a
Right.
slow burn, I feel.
It's a slow
Like
burn.
it takes a while to get into it.
So is Alpha Centauri, but I've also been playing Alpha Centauri since I was 8. So it's a little different. That's nostalgia factor for me. And that
Right.
actually still runs.
Yeah.
I can put the disc in and it still runs on Windows 10, unlike most games
Well,
that I
just
have
like,
from when I was a kid. Just
fine.
mint. It runs no problem whatsoever. Plus, you can buy it on GOG, which I also did, even though I still have the discs. He's dancing. What?
Yeah, Civ
Don't-
for
don't
me,
do that.
I'd never really played Civ at all until Civ 5 came out, and like downloaded it as a torrent, and I was like, because I was still like just out of high school, waiting to join the Air Force, didn't have
Pirate,
money.
take the stream down. Ban
Right.
'em.
And I ended up buying the game because I was like, yo, this shit is fuck. I was spending so much time on my laptop playing Civ 5. I
thought
played
Civ
the
was-
living crap out of it.
I thought Civ 5
I
was kind of cartoony. That's the one
it
that
was
came out on
it
Xbox
was
as well, wasn't it? Like that was the first one that came out on console.
I don't remember honestly. It might have.
I'm
It
Pretty
probably
sure
did.
I had it on
cartoons, yeah.
console.
But my thing is that
Not what I
Civ
want in that game.
5 was just that they went from the square blocks and stuff or whatever to the hexagons or whatever, and like that was so much fun. Like I thoroughly enjoyed that. Now the only major problem I ever had with Civ 5 was I would play multiplayer campaigns with my cousins or whatever, and after you got past like turn 200, it was almost unplayable because the game couldn't load it. There was too much, like the engine was just not made to load that much crap going on with actual people playing. Like you could have you and you're just playing that normally and you get a little bit of a hiccup, but once you went into multiplayer, like if you didn't win by turn 200, you're fucked. Like the game's over. Like the engine can't run it. So
That's weird.
that was my biggest issue with Civ 5 or whatever.
Dude, you know what? There's a game that's exactly like Civ, but in a fantasy setting called. Well, you guys know what I'm talking about. I think in Endless Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got into that though.
See,
I have all of them.
it's
I
so-
have
it's-
everything they've ever came out with.
You have like all the expansions for Endless Legend?
I think so.
Oh god,
Let me look.
that's like $200 of a game.
Yeah, but if
They're
they're
like
on sale,
legit. You could get all that. Like if you were to go look right now,
I
because
have
it's not on
Endless-
sale, it's like $200.
okay, I don't think I have I have Endless Legend, Dungeon of the Endless, and Endless Space.
Oh, so you have all
I
the
have, like,
games they've come out with, but
games.
not like the
Right.
full. Because Endless
Right.
Legend has like all these different expansions with different factions and all this different stuff. I really
Right.
enjoy the game, just the base game.
I
as it is,
tried
and
to
I
get
wanna
into
all of
Endless
it.
Legend, and I was just like, man, I don't know what it was.
See,
I
I think
didn't
that's
catch-
funny because you're like.
I only have
'cause
41 minutes into it. I don't know. I
That's,
literally just
it's
looked.
funny to me because you're like, oh, I love Civ, and I'm like, oh, I didn't like Civ that much, but I like this game that's exactly like Civ, and you're like, oh, I don't like the game that's exactly
Yeah.
like Civ.
I don't know. Maybe it's because in Civ I can play as Harold Bluetooth
Oh, okay. Yeah,
or whatever.
well,
You know what I
The
mean? Then maybe
inventor of
that's kind of
Bluetooth technology.
sure. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with.
That's exactly what it
Yeah.
is.
So
No,
wait,
but yeah,
can
I
we
think-
can we say that that Eric the Red is then the inventor of
Of having no souls. Sure.
I was gonna say Redbox, but whatever.
That
I like that
bit of a
joke.
stretch.
That joke died before it ever like. Nah. Hi, buddy.
But yeah,
Oh,
I don't
God.
know. Yeah, Civ was always good
You want to
stuff. I
snuggle
don't
on
know.
the couch? We can snuggle on the couch after the podcast is over.
Is there? Are we gonna do? Do you want me to do a quick Madden review, even though we're like 20 minutes over time right now?
Go for it.
Okay, new Madden. Things that they did really well. They recognized the fact that they have different player bases. So you now have an arcade mode, you have a simulation mode, and you have a competitive mode, or whatever. So competitive is what you're gonna see when you're playing Madden Ultimate Team and stuff like that. Simulation, which is I'll probably end up playing that the most, is for people who like to play franchise. Arcade is hey, casual players, whatever, that are just whatever. Long shot mode, I really enjoyed it. If you like Telltale games, it doesn't matter. You're gonna like it. That's because it's essentially playing a Telltale game. It really is. Did you just say fight me? But yeah, there's different outcomes or whatever. I've come to realize or whatever. I've seen some different outcomes other than what happened to me by kind of looking around on YouTube and stuff like that. So
I don't
that
know
was
if
a
you
lot
guys
of
have
fun.
seen how Logan just made his arrival on the camera, rolling over to me like that. He did that all the way across the floor from my couch. Like he got off the couch, he laid down on the floor, he rolled the length of the coffee table, he turned, rolled all the way over to me.
There you
Pro.
go.
The
Why
whole
can't we do
while
that in
yelling.
PUBG?
Yeah,
Right?
Someday.
Yeah, that's true.
Someday.
Anyway,
'Cause
so
it's
long
out on
shot.
the Arma engine.
Long shot is decent or whatever. You might like it. things they did bad. There's no new changes to franchise mode other than the fact that you can have a draft board. So if you're not actually there to draft or whatever, you can get like if you set up your players or whatever, the computer will actually draft them instead of just drafting like Joe Schmo kicker in the first round.
Yeah, Tampa Bay. Sorry.
You're good. So yeah, so that's kind of the biggest negative. There was no new things for franchise. The new engine runs really well, like the menus and stuff. They all run a lot better. The AI is a little bit better. The game is like it's a lot harder. Like legitimately, there is a much steeper learning curve this year than there has been before, which is nice. Like I said
that
earlier,
last year,
So
though.
it's a Souls-like game.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
It's
totally.
a Souls-like
Yeah.
Madden.
But
yeah, you know when Cody got beat 58 to 16 by the computer after the game, it said you have died.
It should have.
Your career
Or
has
just
died.
you died. I added a half.
Yeah. But and then the other bad thing that they did for this, or that they did in this Madden or whatever, is like draft champions used to be separate from. It used to be its own separate game mode, or whatever. You didn't need to do anything.
You're
for
gonna
it, blah,
leave.
blah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Now it's
he's telling me he's
now
gonna
it's part of MUT, the Madden Ultimate Team, which is stupid because it limits you. Like I could go in and I could play on All Pro with like normal stats and everything for all these players or whatever in draft champions in 17, and now I have to go into MUT and it's all kind of tied to your actual like MUT rank. So if you're only level 10 when you go into MUT draft, you're only going to draft MUT 10 level players kind of thing. So you get Leonard Fournette that has like 80 speed, and it's like this is stupid. It's like it just feels really slow and clunky and whatnot because it's just dumb. So yeah. Overall, though, it's a pretty decent game. Especially if you have people that you're gonna play with it, can play it with consistently, it's a lot of fun. So, enjoying it.
He needs help. He's telling me he needs help. I keep muting my mic because my child is yelling, but now he's
That's
like, he just like grabbed the pillows, used it to scoot across the floor, and is rolling repeatedly into me, going, "I need help! I need help!" And all I keep thinking is, "Yes, you do."
It's called mental health.
Oh,
Oh shit.
break down the stigma, Tim.
He's backwards crawling up my. Do you see this?
Yeah, I do. It's funny. It's adorable. I hope my kid's happy like yours is and not as screamy as Ian's.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing, Ian. I'm just teasing. So, anyway, that's all I got on Madden. It's fun.
Yeah. Good. Well, closing thoughts, guys.
Play games. Play more games.
Good words. Good words to live by.
English. Speaking, guys.
I did. I said play more games.
I don't know.
Speaking, are you talking to yourself here?
I generally struggle to speak English. This is true.
You do.
We've seen this multiple times.
Yeah.
Why are you throwing that?
So I don't know if you guys remember, but I was all hyped about Senua's Sacrifice, Hellblade.
Oh
I
yeah.
put like an hour and a half into it, and that was pretty much just like all time fucking with the photo mode. So I haven't gotten anywhere in the game yet.
Oh, I've heard that game is amazing.
It's really cool. It's really cool.
Speaking of tearing down the stigma.
Try to play some more of that.
Yeah. If you guys want to play a scary game, you can play Darkwood.
I don't know what Darkwood is.
That's not super scary. It's a game you can play after Darkest Dungeon, Tim.
Oh, well, I have so many games that I need to play after Darkest Dungeon. You don't even know, Cody.
Well, you want to.
You're
saying you kind of want to stay in the grim dark area, so dark. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, you said when we were talking one day, you're like, I like this grim dark stuff, or everyone else. Oh.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Logan, what are you doing? I don't know what's happening. He wants
we need
me
to end the stream. We're almost a half hour over.
Yeah.
I'm not in a rush, but yeah, we can do that.
Go.
All right, so we want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening back on YouTube and/or iTunes. If I ever actually start getting this stuff back up on iTunes, I will be back tonight at 2 a.m. Central, approximately, with my normal stream. I don't know if I'm gonna go as long as I did yesterday because I went till almost noon yesterday. Cody, you don't work tomorrow, do you?
I don't. I'm going to try and stay awake. I made it till 2 o'clock my time yesterday, and then I was like, I can't.
Yeah, I got.
Justin was there. Justin was there.
I got on my computer and I was like, Cody,
Yeah,
Howdy,
I
and
woke up
then
to your message.
I played Path of Exile because I didn't
If
know
you
what
would have
else to
sent
do.
me if you would have sent me a message at like, I was awake, and then my dogs got snuggly, so I went back to sleep. I didn't think you were still up, otherwise I would have got up.
Oh yeah, I was up
So.
until 11 in the morning playing Path of Exile. Well, I was playing Path of Exile until 11 in the morning. I went to bed at noon, and then I got up at 1:30, and I've been awake since.
Oh.
So, that's my
That's
life.
rough. That's your life in pixels.
That's my life in
Yeah.
pixels. What's your life in pixels?
I don't speak English correctly. That's my life.
Logan, stop.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go deal with a cranky 2-year-old.
You have fun.
Oh, I will.
Bye.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Next Friday I'll
Hey,
be in
bitch.
Duluth for the whole thing. So.
Oh yeah.
We gotta do
I
it.
don't know. Oh, Luke's wedding.
We'll do
Luke's
a live
wedding.
sesh.
Yep, we gotta do something. All right, I'm not even gonna play the outro because this kid is crawling on my head. So we'll see you guys later. Bye.
See ya.
Yeah, bye.